Hoppy New Year, and I'm here to review a beer. That rhymed, how lovely. And hopefully so too will this beer. This one is Erdinger, Alkohol Frei, I suppose it would be pronounced, alcohol free. It's dry January, it's January. People choose often not to drink as much alcohol during this month. Are you doing dry January or triannuary? Personally, I'm not. I do seem to end up picking up a few more alcohol-free beers during this time just because they are on special offer, such as this. It was £1.50 or £1.45, one of those, I can't remember, but it was on offer. Love trying these beers out. There's been a lot of movement and growth within the alcohol-free beer segment, mainly due to health reasons. Sort of COVID spurred on quite a bit of that, I think. But I don't know how long this beer has been on the market, but Erdinger, pretty damn decent brewery from memory. And I mean, just look at that head. If that's not enough to tell you, 4 fingers right there, but if that's not to tell you that you're in for a good time, then maybe you're drinking the wrong beverages. Erdinger, Alkohol Frei. Many different ways to make alcohol-free beer. They use arrested fermentation, and a lot of German breweries do this, use this method. Primarily because yeast is such an important character within these beers. So if you're not using a yeast that specifically doesn't, like when it ferments, it doesn't create alcohol, you're gonna have to find another way to do it. And so what they do is they actually stop the fermentation. So 0.5% ABV, very clear. I'm hoping that those yeast aromas are still gonna be present. Let's see. Yeah, banana and clove, as you would expect from this sort of beer. I'll check later if it's bottle conditioned. I think it is though, which would be interesting. Yeah, there's like a subtle grassiness to it maybe. Yeah, grassiness with the clove. It does smell a little bit thin, but it's tough to know during these moments whether you're just sort of making things up because you've already put that thought in your mind. But I definitely do seem to smell the taste of alcohol-free beers, if you get what I mean. The head's kind of dissipated a little bit more, so let's drink this. Cheers to the first review of 2025. And the yeast is still very much there. Lots more banana. Some clove, but I definitely the banana is what dominates there. Even when you're swallowing and sort of like getting a second taste of it, that's what you get. But the clove definitely is there. It's quite very fruity. It has that sweetness, and there's I get a kind of bitterness that runs along the tongue when I drink alcohol-free beers, and I just got it then, but it wasn't until very much later after I'd finished the sip. So all in all, fantastic example of an alcohol-free beer, of a German wheat beer. It's a shame it doesn't have some more. I tell a lie. Yeah, there is a nice wheatiness to it. It has a lovely mouthfeel, but it's not just it lacks some of that oomph. but you're going to get that by the nature of it being an alcohol-free beer. I'm going to wait for this head to go down because I want to see if this is bottle conditioned. So see you in a bit. I'm back. I just got a different glass in the end because I looked at the size and that one was half a pint. I actually found that one on the side of the road, so no wonder they didn't want it. So I just got another glass because I was getting impatient. So I gave it a little swirl. I wanted to see whether this was bottle conditioned, and it definitely seems to be. If I just go grab the other one. You know, night and day, or as I say, this you would almost be excused thinking, this is a regular Pilsner or whatever, and this is a hazy New England or a wheat beer. And it smells fuller, to be fair. It definitely does. The clove balances out a bit more, but it's still a little bit grassy. On the taste, I don't know if I like it. I mean, there's a certain flavour that the yeast gives, and it kind of took me by surprise, but it's growing on me. But it seemed kind of a little bit cardboardy or dusty, but now it's kind of developing into a much nicer character. So yeah, interesting that this is bottle conditioned, because that in itself is going to create a little bit more alcohol, not by much, but it's a kind of interesting thing to have. I feel to have a bottle conditioned alcohol-free beer. You don't see it very often. Obviously, yeast is the thing that creates the alcohol, so kind of interesting to have that have it secondary fermented. Another interesting thing, before I give a rating, Erdinger market this as a isotonic sports drink, which if you're a runner or an athlete or do sport, alcohol-free beers are actually good post-workout. So if you need any other excuse to get on with your New Year's resolution that you'll give up in Feb or March to be more active, that right there is your excuse. My New Year's resolution is to make sure that I give these beer reviews a rating, because I sort of stopped. So rating for this beer. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Nice character, interesting beer. Flavor, you're never going to get 100% with the flavour, but I feel there are aspects I think that I would fine tune a little bit. But yeah, 7 out of 10. Cheers.